Where's the button? Does anybody even know where the button is? I made the dog start barking. Oh my god, I made the dog start barking. When that's the end of the song. Oh my god, did I get taller? I must have grown taller. Welcome back to where I'm taller. Oh, the camera's cut off. I guess I'll slouch. I guess I'll slouch more, guys. There we go. Hey, guys, let's get some slouching on. What's up? It's Monday. What's up? It's Monday, April 3rd, 2023. What's everybody doing? What's going on? Looks like we have a stream today to four folks. That seems to be the case. We're streaming to 4 people today. What's up? What's up? It's Monday. What do you want? You want people to show up on Monday? Don't stream on Monday. Stream, or you want people to show up? Don't stream on Monday. Stream on Friday or Saturday night or something. I don't know. I don't know when people are supposed to be online. Who knows? We can say hi to Mikey Fishy, Frank Dominguez, Wesley's Fish Club, Joel G, Linda Worth, Caitlin DeRosier, and Aubrey. Aubrey's here. So I guess technically it's more than 4 now. We've upped our ante to 7. Was that 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Mickham's here. Oh my God, Linda's here. Okay, we're at 8. We're at 8 people. Linda says the show's 10 people. Oh my God, what participants? Let me look. No, it only says 4. I'm sure we have like secret viewers. Do we have secret viewers that are gonna watch and make YouTube videos about it? Yeah, let's do that. Okay. We got to start the show. We got to give ourselves a round of applause for doing absolutely nothing, guys. We've done nothing, which is okay. It's fine because other people are doing the stuff for us. I forgot to add the I forgot to add the image files directly to the stream. We'll do this real quick. Other people are doing stuff for us in the form of this little baby right here. Look at this. We got to announce the Skoglunds. The Skoglunds are now 3. They're a trifecta. They're a trifecta of attacking. They're gonna take over the world, guys. They're 3 now. There's 3 of them. And Shannon, Steven, and now Quinn, Medicine Woman. There's a trifecta. So the Oceaneers have grown from 81 members and 99 patrons. So let's just say there's 100 patrons now. Oh, wait, hold on. Our patron number went down. It's the beginning of the month. I think we're at 94. We went down to 94. So let's say we have 95 patrons because Quinn counts as 1. Congratulations. All jokes aside, beautiful child. Beautiful daughter you got there, Steve and Shannon. Congratulations. We know that, Steven was on the show last week saying we got to wait till after race season gets going. But Quinn don't already, even before being born, will refuse to take your advice and heed your warnings because you're dad, and that's how that goes, right? But congratulations to Steven and Shannon. I wanted to give you guys like a story of like when I met Steven and Shannon at the Aquatic Experience in Chicago, and I can't remember the year now. I don't remember the year when it was. Let me size these up. Oh, I'll put them up here. Look at this. Congratulations. There we go. Are they the same size? No, they're not. There. We'll shrink this one down. There we go. Now they... Oh, look at that. Symmetry. Anyhow, I met them at the Aquatic Experience the first time. I met them. They were fans of the channel. They liked the content. They were around on the live stream, that kind of stuff. And I'm sitting here going like, I don't know how many years ago that was. It was quite a few years ago now. 6, 7, I don't know. Met them the first time, and I remember one of the most impactful things that they mentioned to me at the time was, "Hey, wow, you're like you." And I was like, "What?" And they're like, "Yeah, you're just like the guy. You're just like you're yourself on YouTube, basically, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I don't play a character. I'm not acting like I'm not acting. I'm not doing an acting job. I'm literally just like, hey, this is me. I'm here to talk about stuff. I want to help you guys with your aquariums or your construction projects or whatever the F it is. That's what I'm about. That's what I'm doing. And yeah, what you see is kind of what you get with what my presentation is as far as interneting goes. I'm not playing the villain, and I'm not playing the savior. I'm just like, hey, what's up? What's going on? And I think that comment resonated with me and still resonates with me to this very day that I met them. They were wonderful people. They're awesome people, and they were like, "Hey, you're just like you," and I'm like, "Uh huh," which I think from the many conversations I've had with Steve since then, you know, I think he appreciates that as well as I do. But it is great to see them have a successful baby. I don't know how to. Well, congratulations, right? You know, is that how we do it? Is that how we do it? Congratulations on baby. Yeah. But super happy. They're going to be busy. They're going to be tired. They're going to be doing all of the parent things that non-parents love to minimize. They love to super minimize all of the parenting stuff, and then old parents like to super minimize all the parenting stuff. I think the old parents are just shell-shocked, right? I think they just have the 1,000-yard stare as far as the parenting stuff goes, because all of the old retired parents I know are like, well, yeah, you know, it's you know. So, yeah, but be aware, they're going to be tired for the next while, probably forever, basically. Oh my God, I didn't realize that this camera had a battery in it. Why does this camera have a battery in it right now? Okay, that was weird. We just realized something during the stream. This camera's got a battery sitting in it. We don't want that. We'll take that out and we'll set it over there. Okay. I was clicking the thing over here and it turned on. I'm like, oh, weird. We don't want batteries sitting in cameras, guys. Sometimes that leads to bad things. Yeah, okay, so congratulations. We much appreciate you guys being a part of the community, and we're so happy to see you guys grow as a family. It's amazing. I don't know if they're going to have more kids, so I can't really comment on that, but one is still pretty radical as far as I'm concerned, so yeah, there's that. Okay, on the show news, we've got the green room open in case anybody needs to call in. If you are a Discord member and you want to call in, enter the green room, and I will be like, hey, when it's time for you to be like, what up? Because I don't feel like muting people ahead of time. You just be like, you know, I'll be like, hey, and then you'll be like, oh, hey, there's my mouth sounds. Yeah, so Steven calls in pretty often, but he's got a baby now, so he's probably not calling in. He's got a brand new little tiny baby. So he's probably not calling in today. Oh my God, we've reached a world record. There's 14 people watching today. Oh my God, 17 people. Oh my God, 17 people. Did they all hit the like button? Did they hit the subscribe button? And if you're here watching later, replay Team 6, leave a comment. There you go. We did it. Become a member, push buttons, donate to the channel. If you're a super rich person, donate lots of money to the channel, and I'll start making more YouTube content for you. That's the rules. That is the rules. I know. I remember somebody was super mad at me, and they sent me a bunch of emails about how all I want to do is all I'm trying to do is make money off of YouTube, and I was like, I don't know how to explain it to somebody that like if you can't afford to financially fund a project, you can't afford to do it, right? It's like if I was to say, let's build a house, the budget is $3. You'd be like, well, you can't do it. So that's currently where I'm at. We're at basically the the level of like, well, I can do this on Mondays and try to make videos whenever I got the tiny schmiggin, what's that word I'm thinking of? The smidgen. There we go. The smidgen of free time, and that's where we're at right now. Although I have noticed that making short videos is actually pretty easy, so I understand why people do TikTok. It's really not that difficult. If you're like doing a thing, you can just take little segments and then put Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers over top of it, and like, wow, 10,000 people watch that. So like, I see why people will do TikTok. I get it. Believe you me, I do. Steven, speak of the devil, Skog Shrimp and stuff is here, so let's give him a shout out. Congratulations. What an amazing time, I guess. I don't know. It sounds like I'm patronizing when I say things like that. So where's the words inside my body? There's words inside my body that are like, it's a big deal. It's amazing. I don't understand it. It's weird. It's weird that you could like have sex 9 months ago and then the lady goes through like all of these insane changes in their body, like their cartilage gets loose. What is that called? If somebody in the chat knows, hold on, I'm gonna look it up. Cartilage gets loose, pregnancy. What is that? What is that called? The cartilage attached to your ribs can loosen and expand during pregnancy, causing inflammation. Does pregnancy affect cartilage? Pregnancy can cause costochondritis, especially in the third trimester. If the uterus presses against the bottom of the ribs, the cartilage also loosens, allowing the rib cage to expand. That's insane, right? That's insane. That's wild. That's wild stuff. Pregnancy results in lasting changes in knee joint laxity. Is that laxity? Is that a word? All right, we're looking that up too. Laxity. Lack of strictness or care. Looseness of a limb or muscle. Okay. So obviously the strictness or care is not what we're talking about here. We're talking about looseness of a limb or muscle. Right? Right? Yeah. Weird. We're learning stuff. Laxity? I guess that's probably like, well, hold on. Let's look that back up. Laxity. Learn more. Here we go. Learn more. Give us the what is it? The taxonomy, right? What the F is this? Nope. There we go. Oxford Languages. What's the origin? What's the oranges? Oh my god. Useless. Classification of ligaments injuries. What the hell? All right, we don't know where laxity comes from. We may never know where laxity comes from. I'm sure it comes from Latin, right? I don't know. We're not going to look it up during the stream today. No one cares. Nobody cares, guys. Oh my god, how many tabs do I have open? How many tabs is this? 100 tabs? I probably have 100 tabs open. This is brutal. That tab? Okay, there's the live stream tab. God, we'd lost the live stream tab. It was lost. We got our chat back open. Oh my god. Mike from the Fish Tank Barn is donating memberships. Memberships aplenty, 5 of them. Oh, my God. Should we do the count up to 82 members? 83 members? 84 members? 85? 86. Oh, my God. 86 members. And I hit the enter, which you never want to do. Oh, there we go. We're up to 86 members now, guys. We need to reach 48,000 is our goal for today. Our goal for today is 48,000. So you better donate memberships frequently and flagrantly. Flagrantly. Be flagrant about it. Why not? But congratulations, Steven. I seen you in the chat. Thanks. I won't be around for too much of this today. Just waiting for transport at the hospital. Oh, my God. That first drive home with the baby in the car seat and all that stuff. I'd rather not experience that ever again. Well, I mean, I guess if we have another kid, I'll experience it again, but you'll never experience the first one. Did we get the car seat right? What's going on? Are they in there correctly? Is that the seat belt? Oh, I got. It's just a weird moment, and no one can like help you out. Like legally, the hospital people like can't help you with the car seat stuff. So if you are going to have a baby, here's a resource for you in the United States. If you're going to have a baby, drive over to the fire department and be like, how the F do I put the seat in here properly? The firemen love putting car seats in cars. I don't know why. Probably because they do classes on it. But if you drive over there and you're like, dude, I just need some help. Who's got a minute? Who's got 10 minutes? Who can come show me how to put this car seat in and out? Who can run me through it? The fire department can. If you live in a place where there is no fire department, I have no advice for you. I don't know what to tell you. I guess watch YouTube videos or something, I guess, you know. TikToks. Watch a bunch of TikToks. Do that. It'll normalize everything in your life. It'll be great. And you'll have it all figured out. Vitra is here with the shades emoji. What is the shades emoji? We don't know. We don't know what the shades emoji is. But Pauline's, Jen Yu, Preston John, Kevin Van Weesamile, and the Nano Aquarium guy got gifted memberships. Yeah, so there we go. They're back in it. They're back in the memberships. Jen Yu is back. Preston is back. Kevin is back. The Nano Aquarium guy is back. Pauline's is back. I think they're back. Yeah. If you're a new member, get in the Discord and yell at me and tell me I'm stupid, I guess, or whatever. We got some really good news today. Oh, Reaver got an apprenticeship at their work. Going to get to finish my millwright apprenticeship finally. Oh, that is a big deal, right? That's a big deal. So here's the question, like, what kind of millwright, though? That's the question. Like a metal one or a wood one, or what's the deal? Like, we need a breakdown here. Reaver, you got to clue us in on what kind of millwrighting are you doing? Is it a wood saw factory? Is it a what's going on here? We need more information. Not specifics on where you work, but just what you work. Yeah. No need to read all that. The conclusion is bodies are strange. Very true. Very true. Mickham, yes. But it's a weird vibe to have a kid, and you realize, like, as a guy, I guess I only speak from the guy space, the dude space, that you're like, you know, hey, there's a baby growing in there. All right. And I'm over here trying to help, trying to do the best you can to help, and you don't really even half the time know. Well, half the time is, man, I'm being very generous with saying that I know half of the time what I'm supposed to be doing with helping with the lady and the baby parts stuff. I don't know. Yeah. 50% is probably overshooting it. Maybe a third. Maybe a 25. Maybe I'll throw a 25% on there of like, yeah, I know what to do right now. Yeah. No one else say lax, like you're being real lax right now? Yeah, I'm wondering if it's like, I was thinking it must be like lackadaisical, right? Or something. And just a shortening of that. Not as in you're lacking enthusiasm, but you're being sloppy right now. Real loose. Tighten it up and get it together. That's true. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Sailor safety at the car store. Well, you know, this is what we've got. If you want the best for your kid, you want the best, right? Yeah, that's right. Do you want the best? You want the best for your child, correct? Especially with your first child, right? They'll sell you on, they'll upcharge you on everything. For the salesmen at stores, man, try to get you the most expensive car seat in the world. Shades emoji is cool. Well, that's good. Yeah, I mean, I like the shades emoji just as much as everybody. Muppet, it got you thinking. Yeah, and that's, you know what, like, that's kind of the whole reason for ever doing anything, is to get yourself thinking. And I think laxity is like, that's got to be a shortening of lackadaisical, I would guess, but I don't know. Yeah, we were starting to look it up, and then, you know, we moved on. I don't know why. And when I say we, it was just me. I just started talking about other stuff, probably because my brain is broken, I would guess. If I had to wager, it would probably have to do with that. Okay. Topic number 1, Steven Scoglin has a new baby. Welcome another member to the Oceaneers. That's right. We went over that part of the show. New baby. Everybody become a member. Everybody gift patrons and whatever, blah, you know. Yeah, all that crap. Like buttons, whatever. So we went over the Steven Scoglin newest baby. Dr. Quinn medicine baby. Guy leaves a comment. Oh, we'll talk about that in a minute. That actually has to do with our time traveling through YouTube. So, all right, hold on. Let me pull up the video. Let me pull up this video real quick. What's the quickest way to get there? Oh, let's turn this off. Here we go. All right, here's the easy way to get here.
What's up, fellas? Here to talk about some stuff that a lot of people have been.
Let's pause it, and then we're gonna go like this. We're gonna go add source. Auto detect. Where's the video? Here it is. Boink. Let's see if we can put that in here. Is it loading? What is it doing? Let's see if we can make this work. Hold on, let's see if this works.
Been asking me about, and a lot of people seem to have loads of ideas about what to do in a planted tank.
Okay. So the audio is playing, but not the video. Okay. Goofy. Let's remove this. We'll try it again. We'll go add source. Desktop. Oh, maybe that's why. Oh, okay. Maybe that's why it's doing that. I don't know. Here we go. So I don't think you'll be able to hear the audio, but I'm going to show you guys this video right here. Okay. Some of you have seen this video before. I don't know if you guys can hear the audio. I don't think you can.
The most important thing for your substrate in a planted tank is the cation exchange capacity. Now, basically what that is that you need...
Yeah, this is an old substrate video.
That has an ion exchange going on.
So, can you guys hear the audio? I don't know if you can.
What that, to give you the quick and dirty on what that means is all of the nutrients in your water, in the water column and in
so I want to compare
substrate,
this person right here
ion exchange
versus the person
like
in this
iron,
video.
Magnesium,
I don't know if you guys can hear him talking.
Potassium, all that stuff, all has a positive charge.
That's what I look like.
Little tiny nutrients.
That's what I look like 11 years ago.
Now, your substrate has a negative charge, so it's going to pull in that ion.
Yeah, because this is 11 years ago.
Molecule of
11 years ago.
And so that exchange is what keeps the water column clear.
Yeah, 11 years ago. That's me. Okay, you guys hear the audio? Okay.
Rich in nutrients. Now, one of those nutrient sources that keeps your tank.
That was me.
Going is.
This is recorded on an
food that you feed
iPod, right? If you guys remember iPods. Hold on, can I make that face? Right. Nabokov fan 87 says audio works. Just be careful with the music in the background. Hey, so to be honest with you guys, like my live stream gets demonetized 66% of the time. So like 2 out of 3 it gets demonetized and copyright claimed, even though I don't play music ever. But all the music at the beginning, I own the license for, and it's not that. Stuff in the middle of the show will straight up get copyright claimed, and I'll go look at the audio, and it's just me talking about stuff. Right? That's it. There is no music in the background. I'm not playing anything. Almost every live stream gets copyright claimed. I don't know. Frankly, I'm worn down by capitalism and just like, I don't care anymore. Fine. Like, take the dollar of advertising. Oh, here we go. We got a spam caller. We got a spam caller calling in during the show. Spam risk. Oh, they hung up because I didn't say anything. There we go. And so, anyhow, yeah, capitalism has worn me down, so I just legit, like, I don't battle it on the live streams anymore. I battle it on uploaded videos. Like 2 of the last videos I uploaded got copyright claims from I'd have to look it up, but it's like music companies. Music companies will just claim your video like automatically. It's like a machine algorithm thing. It's just like, oh, between minute 145 and 2:15, you played this song, and it's like there is no song in this, and then you have to respond to the claim, and then and then the person that claimed it has 30 days to respond to your refusal of their claim. It's really dumb, but I'm never going to get them to change it, which is why I'm like, hey, if people could be members, if people could go on to Patreon and like sponsor the show, I wouldn't care about any of that kind of stuff. I wouldn't care about any of that kind of stuff anymore, right? I would just be like, who cares? We're funded by the fans, and we would just move on, right? Like, and just be like, yeah, I guess that stupid company is claiming whatever that company is claiming. Look how dirty my finger is there. That is a dirty finger or just a really bad camera. Probably both. Anyhow, the reason I bring this up as far as the time traveling segment of the show is that I received a comment on this video, which is now somebody said you're like 12 in this video. So we want to go newest to oldest, not top comments. We want newest first. There we go. Now, you guys watching the show, I would wager that you guys understand how timelines work, and that we all be living in a timeline, right, that exists. And it doesn't like move forward and back. It's always just kind of slowly moving forward 1 second at a time, and it's all linear. It's like it's going this way, right? Well, the comment I received this morning was, I have no doubt this has helpful content, but I had to stop after about a minute and a half. Sorry, there's typos in it. The background music was just loud enough to be too distracting. That was the comment from this morning. Right. That's the comment from this morning's video. That was the comment this morning from this video from over 11 years ago that hey man, this audio is unacceptable. I had to stop and leave a comment. I had to definitely leave a comment to let you know that the audio was bad. And normally I just don't even bother answering these comments. But it came in at just a time where I was like, hey, you know what? I'm going to reply. And I said, I'll get my time machine and head back 11 years to fix it for you. That was my response. And they got back to me. They said, looking back, I can see where that may have come off harsher than I intended. I merely meant that it might be something to consider in the future, and maybe I'm just a grouchy old man and I didn't bother anyone else, and it didn't bother anyone else, in which case, never mind. So, like, I want to experience humanity like a fellow human, right? Like I want to experience the world and understand where you guys are coming from, and have empathy and sympathy and like a knowledge that like people are walking around, and when they're like looking out, they're seeing the same thing I'm seeing, and they're like, there's like, oh, don't crash your car. Yeah, hey, gotta go to job. Oh, gotta blah blah blah. And then I get like comments like this, like, I don't understand how 11 years ago, first off, 11 years ago, I can't change the audio from 11 years ago. I mean, it was 11 years ago. I can't go back and change it. And in the 11 years between that video and now, I don't know how many videos I've uploaded. 2,000 videos or something? I don't know. I'm pretty sure if this person had been like, well, let me go click on last week's video and check the audio real quick and see if he's improved over the 11 years, right? But no, that's it. I started to watch this a minute and a half in. I gave up, and I'm writing a comment, and I'm going to reply to a comment. And I just, I thought it would be helpful that you would know that your audio sucked from 11 years ago. And I would say your assessment is correct. Your assessment is correct that 11 years ago my audio sucked. The way that I look at it would be like, let's say I was to go watch a baseball game from 11 years ago, and somebody kept whistling near one of the cameras, and it was an artifact that existed in the audio from the ball game I was watching 11 years ago. I would be like, oh, here's a thing that happened quite a while ago, and there's like an annoying thing in the audio. I think I'll just look past it and just like go, oh, here's the thing that happened a long time ago. There's really nothing anybody could do anything about. Right? But I don't know. But alas, I don't know. I just don't know. Speaking of I don't know, I wonder what Vicky's doing. Hey, what are you doing back there? What is that? What is it? Oh, it's popcorn. Okay. All right, carry on. It was mysterious sound. She can't really hear me. I have to like yell way too loud. You know how it is. But yeah, so guy leaves a comment on 11-year-old video that the audio was too distracting. We covered it. I don't know. It's just like trying to exist in this space sometimes is just a bonkers, right? Corvus, may I edit the comment for this person? Hey man, great video. I'd love to see you remake this one. The information is very useful. I believe I've remade that video at some point, but I guess I could make another one, I guess. Simon Bice says, too bad people don't think twice before leaving a comment. You have great and helpful content. Yeah, it's weird. Like, it's just, the thing is, like, I in my mind, I would go like, yeah, I don't know, maybe I will think twice about leaving the comment here and maybe just not maybe just not like apply, this minor inconvenience of like the audio not being perfect on like essentially an archived video, right? But I guess as they say, it takes all kinds. Yeah. I really don't think people look at the dates on videos. I get similar comments and questions on old videos. Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing that people don't look at the dates on videos, but like a super grainy video that clearly is not like a recent upload. I don't know. I just don't know. And maybe it's the boomer thing. Maybe it's the boomers just don't know, like, all of this technology came out while they were alive. It's not as though it didn't come out while they were alive, right? So that's always one of those things that I just frankly don't understand about the like, well, I don't get this technology stuff. And it's like, but it's been slowly released over the entirety of your lifetime. Why haven't you adopted any of it? Like, why don't you understand any of it? Like, it's weird. For sure, I get all kinds of old videos in my feed, like ancient co-op live streams. Yeah, I don't understand the algorithmic feed very much anymore these days. It seems that like the algorithm pretty much like will just play you content that is directly related to the content that you just watched. That seems to be the case. It's like if you watch a video about turtle herding or something, herding turtles, all of a sudden you get all these shepherd videos of people with that. They got that stick with the hook on the end of it, chasing around turtles, and that's like the only thing that's in your feed. And you're like, well, I think I'm more dimension. I think I have more dimensions and interests than just herding turtles, right? I believe, but not as far as the algorithms are concerned. You will if you watch a rock climbing video, all of a sudden you'll have nothing but rock climbing videos in your feed. That's it forever because you watch this one. So I guess that's how they work now. So, but what do I know? I'm just a guy. I'm just a guy who's much older than the guy in that video that we just watched. The nature hike video, the nature hike short video, it did not do well. People didn't like it. The algorithm didn't like it. It didn't have the engagement that people wanted, or it didn't have any Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers in the soundtrack, so people didn't like it. So there's that, and then okay, moving on to the fish room. Simon Buys, I'll answer that in just a second. Actually, screw it. We'll move on to the fish room after I answer Simon's question. In an old podcast I rewatched today, you mentioned wanting to make a paludarium with shell dwellers underneath. Is that still something you would like to do in the new fish room? Sounds like an amazing idea. Yes. A. B. Actually did that with somebody who didn't want it filmed for their, or they didn't want it recorded. They didn't want it recorded. I actually helped somebody on a project like that, and it came out actually really, really cool. So it is on the list of to do for the new fish room here. Although space constraints might be a bigger issue with that, because I'm not necessarily going to have the living wall type stuff in there, if that makes sense. Because I'm going to have all the computer equipment and everything in there that I'm probably going to keep humidity down more than being able to have a living wall that much. But also at the same time, who knows? I might get a wild hair and just do it anyhow, right? And just be like, who cares? We'll figure it out. Well, it's literally entirely my fault. My apologies if that ruined your day. I'll try to find a newer video you made. It came up as a topic on ACO forums, and I constantly share that one. Oh, no, feel free to share it. Like, if that's a help... Honestly, if that's a helpful video and you think it's good, share it. It has nothing... It's not... Well, I don't know if it's your comment or not. I mean, if it is your comment, then I guess it's, air quote, your fault. It's not anyone's fault. No one's directly at fault. for really anything. Like, I'm not harmed. I just am like, it's more of a question of like, what? Like, I don't know. I feel like if I ran into this person at the store or something, they would just be like staring at objects like, huh? Right. And I'd be like, do you need help with that? Like, oh, I don't know. I'm just trying to like figure out what person is doing that. I don't know. It's just weird to me. But regardless, I just thought it was funny, I guess. And it's not as funny as other people thought. People are just worried. People are probably generally just worried about my mental health, which I am too. I'm tired of people dying. If people could just stop dying for a little while, it would probably be helpful. Yeah, that would be helpful if people would just stop dying for a little while. I posted a picture on the Discord, and I'm gonna download it real quick so that I can show it to you guys. One of my old friends that died. Hold on, I have to open it in the browser and then download it. Save image as. Save. Okay. There we go. And I will put it up here. And I want to show you guys something. Oh, not desktop capture. Where's the image file? There we go. Another one of my good buddies died. And I can actually share a picture of this person. This was my buddy Dave. We need the yellow arrow for this one. Let's remove this. Where's the yellow arrow? There it is. Move it up to the top. This is where we get real quiet. We talk about moving the yellow arrow to the top. There's the yellow arrow. Okay. So, this is an old friend of mine right back here. That's an old friend of mine right there. This is an acquaintance back here with the sunglasses. I know this person also. This right here is Dave. Dave died. You know, the thing is, like, it's really unexpected. I talked to him on the phone a couple times, and he had moved to Georgia. And he had some family down there. His sister was down there and stuff. And you know, it's a guy that was pretty influential in throughout my 20s, basically, I guess would be the good way to put it. And it was a pretty important person, and they continued to struggle with drugs and alcohol, just as sort of a lifestyle. It was sort of ingrained in him. He's kind of a rock star guy, bartender, but he was an amazing person. And, you know, I had posted this to the Discord, and I wonder if anybody notices. So I'm actually standing in the doorway right back here, just off camera. Or I might have been over here smoking cigarettes. I'm not sure. I'm over here or over here, but I was here this day. And that person right there is Aquaman. And, you know, it's really weird to look back on a picture like this on a sunny day. This is in Pioneer Square. You can see the Pioneer Square Saloon sign right there. It's Pioneer Square, Seattle. It's one of the oldest areas. This is at the bottom of the original Skid Row. The original Skid Row. The very first Skid Row. And Dave was just such a like a gregarious guy. Like you probably wouldn't it's hard to describe him. Kind of a rock star dude that never got the rock stardom, right? But just sitting around on a sunny day in Seattle, serenading Aquaman long before he was Aquaman, right? And Jerry died last week, and I believe Jerry is just off camera. I bet he and I were arguing about something. I bet he and I were probably having a conversation about something incredibly stupid and unimportant. Jerry died a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, sorry. And yeah. So it's really weird when you realize like you aren't gonna see these people anymore, right? You know, your old friends just disappear. You don't hear from them, but for like once every couple months or something, get an update, you get a text, you get a this. And they're just like not around, and then they're just gone. They're just gone, and there's nothing you can do about it. It's like nothing you can do about it because they're just gone. It's not like, oh man, they need help. There's no helping the people that are gone. And one of the weird things about an image like this is that it brings up a lot of emotion, a lot of memory, a lot of thinking back on like what was going on back then, like what was happening. Yeah, they're just gone, and there's nothing you can do about it. And what are you supposed to do as a person? Is like, you're supposed to just like, give it time, and I will give it time, and I will just try to remember them as best I can, and do all of the things, and eventually it'll just not matter anymore, right? I mean, it'll still matter, but it won't be like directly affecting anybody. But 53 years old is way too young, and it's sad. Aubrey says it's easy to feel like comments and content are disposable and forget that there are real people behind all of it. I think that's the weird. I think to segue away from there, like, yeah, I think I was talking to my neighbor, and we were trying to figure out some of the networking stuff that we want to do for the neighborhood association, and we were like, well, maybe we could start a Facebook group, maybe we could do this, and then my neighbor was like, I don't do Facebook. Oh, I can't do any of that stuff. Oh, no, and I understand that like there's a level of like toxicity on the internet, and I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that like people feel like they're detached from the immediate repercussion, right? Because it's just like a digital platform, like, oh, I'm just commenting on a thing and blah blah blah. It's not a big deal. But yeah, admittedly, like there are people behind it, and it's kind of a bummer because even when you try to have like some sincerity with somebody out there, you really just can easily like lose sight of the fact that like you are talking to another person, right? It just happens to be through a different like media. Like, would you send this to somebody in a letter? Oftentimes that's what I like to try to think about, is do that. Oh my God. Oh, so I guess Nabokov fan 87 says, I honestly thought they were joking. Like, it's a great song, but I guess not. Oh, so you actually know who it was. Well, I imagine it's probably from somebody who means well, right? Like, they didn't like tell me to F off or anything like that. But I think it's almost more an introspection, essentially, of like, wow, somebody really thought it was important to leave this comment like this. To leave a comment like this and be like, well, what am I supposed to do? Like, what am I supposed to do? I mean, I feel like I've improved over the 11 years, but I wish like maybe they would have watched some of my content and been like, oh, I understand in the past you were kind of an idiot and not somebody who could really even make a video. We basically recorded that in like one shot on an iPod. I don't know if you guys even remember, like when the iPod Touch had a camera. That's the camera I used for a long time. iPod Touch. And that's the it's not even a 6th gen. We went to 1st gen. The 1st generation. This thing is essentially, that's not even it. This one has a stylus. Is that the one that I had? The 1st generation, 8 gigabyte, $26. Yeah, you could literally buy a used version of the thing I used to shoot all my YouTube videos on, which was an iPod Touch. Oh, look at that. You could get a 4th generation one for $24. Look at that. You'd even have better video quality than my original stuff. I didn't have any editing software. I didn't know how to edit. I don't know how to edit now. But yeah, the old videos were literally just like one take of this is what happened over this period of time while I was trying to make a video, and other people would be doing other stuff around, so yeah, I don't know. Yeah, either way, I don't know. Let's look at our show notes and see what we got else to talk about. Tomorrow I'm getting a tank from a girl visiting from another country. Her dad, my friend, passed away this Friday, but your friend at 53, that's way too early. It is way too early. Yeah, for sure. Nabokov fan, yeah, feel free to share whatever video. Yeah. Share whatever videos you like. I just thought it was interesting that somebody wanted me to have a time machine and like go fix the audio in an old video. Question, what is your favorite old video of yours, or was there a series of videos you enjoyed making a lot and remember? Hold on. Where is what? Oh, here it is. This is the greatest video ever made. Let's see. Can we watch it? Hold on. Let's get our oh, I think I removed. There was only no warning. There's no warning when it's Halloween. Here you go. This is so bad. This is epically bad, but it's great. Here you go. Kicking doors open. Going around the corner. Looky-loo. Finding out what's happening. What's on the scene. We gotta go look. Clues. And then
presents in Chicago.
Dressing up as Team Zoolander,
eat it
right?
On the airplane.
We have candy.
Look how bad the video is back then. That's not even that long ago.
Turbofish is bringing
how long
us
ago was
candy from his factory.
Wait,
it's 5 years ago.
What?
Who's in the chat? Nisi, Glass Boxes.
Glass
Boxes, I think, is Joel Gillett now.
Mabe's asking
Joel
who
G,
is
I think.
Steve Zissou.
Who's in the chat here? Turbo, Teresa Cookie, Maribeth May, Doug of the North. Like, none of these people are in the chat anymore. Except for Gillett.
Yeah.
Joel Gillett's still in the chat.
Great.
Let's see. Who else is around?
Jokes and the kind of subtle nuance and stuff that goes on in it.
Vicky left at that point.
Well, the Cribs are doing well, though.
Yes, they are all of the livestock that I can tell.
Yeah.
What if I wanted to
I'd rather make more of this stuff, honestly. But we really can't.
Well, I've got the cameras set up like a dope. But.
We really can't. We really can't afford to have Vicky on the chat, right? We can't have Vicky. We can't afford to have Vicky on the show. She has to work. She's literally working right now. That's why she was making popcorn in the background. Apparently, popcorn was her lunch. I don't know. But we can't afford to do that. So, yeah. What did I just close? Did I close the live stream? Oh, there we go. Yeah, we're fine. I enjoy making that. I want to make another plant encyclopedia series, which I'll probably start doing that once the fish studio, whatever the hell you want to call it. That'll be done. I think we'll probably do another plant encyclopedia videos. I'm going to probably reach out to some plant companies and see if they want to sponsor those series of plant encyclopedia, like the reshoots. Probably because this time not only will I make like a 5 or 6 minute long video, but I'll probably make a short also. And so I want to do the plant encyclopedias. I'm going to do dryscape videos of doing tank layouts and stuff like that, which I do have like parts of that already built to be doing that. And obviously be doing livescape, aquascaping videos, setting up tanks, stuff like that. Like the new studio will actually have a tank stream on it. I want to have an underwater camera, but I'm not having great results with like some of the stuff that I tested to do an underwater camera. So I doubt it, but I'll have some tank cameras set up. And I might actually end up like hosting a like a 20, I don't know if it's like 24 hours a day, but I might set up a stream to show the tank like every day pop up online, so that people can watch like an hour of the tank or something like that. I don't know if I'll host it on YouTube. I might not host it on YouTube. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do. If I'm going to do that on the Dark Star Arts website, I might end up doing that, but it's a thought. And but like my favorite thing to do, honestly, is to be able to travel to a place with a cohesive video in mind and make that cohesive video. So one of the big reasons I went to Europe in the first place was to go there, check out some of the places, meet some of the people, but like really get a vibe of like what video I want to make from having gone there. Because like these really like loose vlog type videos are just boring. I mean, they're so incredibly boring, especially from the standpoint of like, Casey Neistat can make it super interesting. He makes it super interesting because it's like sort of focuses on one topic of the vlog itself. And so I definitely want to do more of those travel type videos, but like have real cohesive, this is kind of what the script is, this is what we're trying to figure out, like what this video is about ahead of time, and go like, oh, we're going to Germany and we want to document some of the water treatment system or whatever, right? As opposed to going to a convention, there's going to be some people, you're gonna meet some people, that kind of thing, and then like have a bunch of convention footage and it that kind of stuff is like a super boring video, right? Yeah, it really kind of is. Like that content is just not good, so I don't necessarily want to keep making that. Reaver's got to head off to work. Sorry to hear about your friend. It sucks, all of it. Just got to remember the good times. Yeah, I mean, there's not much else to do but remember the old time, the good old times, right? On the Plant Encyclopedia one, can you do some moss? Just something that isn't Java moss. Yeah, I definitely could. I'd have to look through my old moss notes to know what I've got. I know I have a bunch of notes on Phoenix moss, like Physodens. I'm trying to think of mosses off the top of my head. Java moss, obviously. What are some of the... Hold on. Like, I know that a lot of people want Marimo moss balls, but, like, those aren't very exciting to me. Vesicularia ferrerii. I know I have that, the weeping moss somewhere. Flame moss, mini Taiwan moss, Java moss, obviously. Let's see. I don't know if I have any notes on willow moss at all. I do have a bunch of notes on flame moss. Yeah, for sure. I think I have mini Taiwan moss notes. Christmas moss for sure. Okay, yeah, that's a good point. I know I have a lot of notes on Christmas moss. That's for sure. Yeah, so I definitely could do mosses. I think one of the bigger things is like I need input from people of like what videos do you want? And I try to get people on the Discord to like do stuff. Like what plants for... Hold on, let me post it. I'm going to post it in the video creation tab. What plants for the encyclopedia? There. I'll post it in the video creation tab. So in case anybody wants to go over there and type in what plants they want. But it's really hard to like get people to be cohesive about like, can you cover this? Can you cover that? Yeah, that's kind of the issue is that like you go like, well, there's 1,000 different plants or whatever. Which one should I do? And then it's like, well, if you try to go look it up with search engine optimization type stuff, it's not helpful either, right? So you go try to look up the SEO stuff, and that's useless. We try to get a poll somewhere or like make comments on a video. Yeah, I don't know. So maybe I'll make a video that's like, hey, leave a comment on what plant, but then you have to like read through all the comments that are all they're not organized at all. So yeah, I don't know. Okay. Moving on. The new fish room, where are we at currently? I guess I could probably just put this all in an update video. Yeah, I think most of this is going to be in an update video anyhow. Except for this part. So I'm getting the tanks ready and beginning the layout for the templates for the covers of the stands. I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a wrap for your metal aquarium stand. I don't know how many people out there have metallic aquarium stands anymore, but I'm going to be showing you guys how to make that. And I'm trying to keep it as like simple as possible, that like minimal amount of tooling and that kind of stuff, but you will obviously have to buy supplies. Like you don't just go outside and pick up wood off the ground. So there probably will be a supplies list and stuff like that people could get, and probably do a better job or a worse job, I guess. But I'll be showing you guys how to wrap the stands and how I do it, and what's the way that I accomplish that. Hygrophilus moss boos. That's the one I'm trying to get better with. Boos is always a difficult one. Same with Hygrophila pinnatophyta. I'm trying to get it to grow planted in the substrate. Yeah, Hygrophila pinnatophyta, it's definitely one that can be finicky for sure. But almost always it has everything to do with your water. And I'm trying to remember the exact water parameters, but from an anecdotal standpoint, when my water is not, when my water's like too clean, Hygro doesn't do well. The pinnatophyta version doesn't do all that well, so I generally have to kind of make sure that that I am sort of buffering the water. So basically, like when I don't have crushed coral in the sump, it doesn't do well. When I add crushed coral in the sump and then I make sure I have low pH and a decent amount of CO2, light doesn't seem to be an issue for it, because all it does is just sort of color morph when you have more or less light. But that's sort of the hinge for me, because where my last fish room, we had really soft water, like really nothing in it, very clean glacier runoff basically. And so if I kept doing massive water changes and sort of like minimizing my water down that way, I would really end up kind of struggling with it. So I'd add a little bit of crushed coral to sort of buffer the KH and GH, which would allow a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for here? Not nutrients. Oh my God, what am I thinking of? Not nutrients, but minerals to be in the water. There we go. God, brain problems around here. Yes, underwater cameras always feel like watching a fisheye lens. A lot of that actually has to do with the lens on cameras that people put underwater. The sort of lens choice is that super wide angle lens. And you can straighten it back out and not have it be fisheye, but most people are like, well, look, it's cool. So it actually has more to do with that than really anything else. All right. Stream has died down. Let me find my show notes. I'll be completing the networking and making a video about the networking. That may or may not help some people, so I think I'll probably be making a video on that. Already talked about the death and destruction. So many people dead lately. Yeah, no, I mentioned Dave. I mentioned Jerry. I mentioned Tyler like 2 weeks ago. But in the last month, it's been 4 people. And that's a lot. It feels like a lot in that short window of time with nobody over the age of 53, right? It's just weird, man. Just a weird vibe lately. But, yeah. But as far as the fish room's coming along, it's doing pretty well. One of the things that I wanted to mention on the live stream, most of the air cooling, dehumidifying, all that stuff is actually going to be done with a mini split. I need to email my HVAC guy and be like, hey, where's my bid? Because he's kind of giving me the friendly hookup, you know, and I need to bug that guy again and be like, hey, man, where you at? Boost is always a difficult one. Yeah, boosters can be like problematic, but generally, in my experience, as long as you keep solid amounts of CO2, you're probably going to be in the ballpark for boosts. You have to remember that boosts will spend upwards of like 8 months a year out of the water. It will go under the water. Maybe it'll go 8 months underwater. Maybe it's 4 months out of the water. But it's generally growing on the shorelines and stuff and has an ability to go be fully submerged. But just because it has an ability to do it, it might not be the perfect environment for it. I think Bucephalandra, generally speaking, you're going to have it do a lot better if it's emergent grown, if you can get it to convert, like depending on where you get it from. But yeah, you're definitely going to see a lot more rapid growth and things going on with that if you do give it a chance to be up above the water. Oh my God, we've got Caitlin on the line. Caitlin, what's up? Uh-oh, she's being quiet.
Hold on.
Uh-oh, hold on. Okay, holding. She'll holler at us whenever she's ready.
My thing's way behind, so I have you going on my TV, but then the
delay
is making it weird.
Yeah, you can't listen on the TV anymore. You have to mute that. No. Just like calling into a radio show. We're on a delay. In case somebody runs behind me naked or whatever, I can cut the stream.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, I can cut the umbilical cord real quick. Although I don't know who would run around naked behind me, but you know what I mean, right?
It does happen. There's some weird things. I was teaching virtual school and heard some stories from some teachers.
Well, the only person that could run around behind me naked, well, okay, to be clear, there's only one person I know in the house that could run behind me naked. Now, if there was someone else running behind me naked, I probably would leave the stream going because there's going to be a lot of physical altercation going on that I would rather have documented because it would be an invader, right?
Yeah, valid point.
We'd have a home invasion, and hey, man, if there's a home invasion and you survive, it's a viral video for sure, right? And then you're going to be world famous.
Most definitely.
Right. Don't invade my house. Jesus. That's not an invitation. Not you, but yeah. To the internet. Don't invade my house. It's not going to be good for you. I'll put it that way. Anyhow, well, Caitlin, what's going on with you? I heard you stopped by the store the other day, and I was off doing something else or something.
Yeah, I stopped by. Brandon said that you had gone to like the warehouse or something, but I do plan on stopping by this week because I'm off and can actually get there when there's not a ton of people there, so that'll be nice.
You know what's crazy? This is how out of it I am, right? I drove Olivia to the daycare this morning. Then I ran some bank errands and got a haircut. And then I came home. And it was like 9:30. And I'm like, why are there no kids at the school? Because there's actually a school really close to my house. And there's no teachers there either. There was no cars there. It was just empty. And my immediate response was like, oh no, was there an emergency or something? And then I drove by the sign and it was like, spring break, the 3rd through the 7th. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. Hadn't even occurred to me that spring break was even a thing anymore, Are you on spring break this week?
Yes, I am on break this week.
Oh, cool. That's cool.
Yeah. So I got to go ahead, and Brandon said that he apparently he raises dubia roaches he has reptiles, but his Congo puffer eats it. So he said he'd hook me up, so I need to get some.
What are you getting?
About that. Well, I have a spotted Congo puffer that got here on Tuesday last week.
Right.
But I guess Brandon has one too, and was saying that he feeds his some dubia roaches that he also breeds for his reptiles.
Oh.
So yeah, he said that he'd give me some to start raising, which I'm gonna do because this guy's hungry.
They are hungry. Yep. That's the hard part. I've always tried to explain to people that they're like, hey, should I get this? And I'm like, you are committed to snails and to food. You're committed to food. You're committed to providing food a lot more than I think most people appreciate,
Yeah, I had snails in his tank like before he got here to kind of make sure that it could handle all the bio load, and took them all out right before he got here, and apparently left some in because I came back a while later and there was multiple shells laying there, and I can't believe he was able to actually hold that much in his stomach without looking like he was going to explode. But I've got a snail population going, so we should be fine. But I think that having that backup of some extra food will not be harmful.
Yeah, they are gluttonous. They, I mean, if they're a creature in the Bible or whatever, some Bible guy would smite them for the gluttony, sin.
Yep, for sure.
I just got a weird email.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Where is the best place to find large pieces of driftwood?
Large pieces of driftwood?
Yes.
That's sort of like an enigma. Because most stores don't carry large pieces of driftwood. And this sort of makes sense when you think about it. It's like you got a giant piece of wood that doesn't fit anywhere, and then you can't, and it takes up a bunch of retail space, right? So, like, you got a large piece of driftwood, and you're trying to sell it for like $80 or something, but it's taking up the space of 10 products or 20 products or something that you could be easily selling in that space. So most places don't sell big driftwood, but my favorite place to get driftwood is at Burl. Hold on, let me look this up. I gotta make sure I got this right. Burlworks. Did I do that right? No, Burlwork. Is this? I think this is right. No. It might be Manzanita. What? See if we can't find it. ManzanitaBurlworks.com. Yes. So Manzanita wood is maybe not like the most characteristic of all of the driftwoods, right? But it does have a lot of characteristics. Now, I recommend people to go to ManzanitaBurlworks.com. Let me type it in the chat. Now that oh, it's actually Manzanita.com. Manzanita.com. This guy, I forget the guy's name. I've talked to him a million times. I've ordered wood from him about a billion times. He is an old guy who owns a manzanita forest down in California. His family has owned it, and they harvest, maintain a manzanita forest, and they sell all of these pieces. So they sell pieces for wedding displays. They sell stuff for reptile perches, alabaster base rocks, sticks, tables, all sorts of stuff like that. If you go to his aquarium wood selection page, I want to see what the prices are now. Oh my God, he hasn't even changed the prices. We've completely gone through COVID, and he hasn't even changed the prices. So, if you go to his aquarium wood, there's aquarium packs. Now, there's the AP2, which is 30 pieces of aquarium wood for $80, up to 36 inches long. And all of the stuff is kiln dried and pre-blasted, like sandblasted to get all the bark and stuff off of it. And it's $80 for 30 pieces of this wood. It's not treated. There's nothing wrong with it. But here's what's weird. You have to call him and place an order over the phone. So it is like a giant deterrent to so many people. They're like, oh my God, I have to call someone and talk to them and like give them my address with my mouth hole. And, but he's the best guy for aquarium wood, hands down, for years now. But you have to call him and be like, here's what I'm looking for. He'll even ask you about your aquarium. Like, what size aquarium you got? And you'll be like, oh, it's like this big. And he's like, okay, I'll get all the pieces that are that size. What are you looking for? Squirrely stuff or straight stuff? He'll you call and talk to a person. Most people freak out that you got to call somebody and place the order. But I've ordered wood from him like a bunch of times. It's always showed up super nice. It does have to be like tank cured, so it'll get the white fuzzy stuff on it. Because you'll put it in there and it's like super clean. Then it'll get the white fuzzy stuff. It'll get waterlogged, and then it'll look cool after 2 weeks or a month or whatever.
Yeah, I've got the 75 to set up, so need something in there.
But that's the guy, and it's like insanely affordable compared to like anything else. Now, if you're looking for like specific pieces, I don't know. Last time, let me actually look at their page. So they take pictures of specific pieces of wood, and you can buy specific pieces of wood. Like this one is a F13. It's 33 inches by 18 inches by 21 inches. And it's $70. This one is the F10, is 24 inches by 8 inches by 19. It's $50. So there's like pictures up on here of like specific pieces of wood if you want to buy that. But you'll have to call them and be like, I want F22, right? And they'd be like, F as in Frank, and you'd be like, yep. And yeah, so but you can look on their website. They take pictures of stuff and have them numbered, and so yeah, that's the ups. You don't really have to go to California to get it. But yeah, people, they don't like to make the phone call. They don't like it.
I'll probably be able to get over that. I don't love talking on the phone, but apparently I'm like it enough to call in, so probably should be okay.
Yeah, you'll probably be fine. I mean, I think you'll be fine. But most people that watch this video will be like, oh my God. Somewhere in their head, they're like, you have to call somebody? Excuse me, boomer? You know, and I'm like, just call them on the phone, man. It's not a big deal. Oh, but yeah, you have to like literally give them your address. You're like 555, you know.
How else is he gonna send it?
Yeah, they'll send it to you USPS, and it'll show up at wherever you have them send it.
Perfect. I'll have to scour his site then, find some good pieces.
Yeah, you can definitely find some cool stuff on there too. So, yeah. Yeah, that's the best spot. The other good spots, there's what's that fish? There's a store in Portland. Hold on. Portland Fish Store, and it's not the Wet Spot, it's the other one. It's like their competitor, whatever it's called. Not that. World of Wet Pets. World of Wet Pets in Portland had a bunch of cool wood last time I was there, but that's before COVID, so who the hell knows what's going on now. And then Pisces Aquaria in Eugene, Oregon. Like, they have a bunch of good stuff, but that's obviously like way down in Oregon, so you might not want to drive there. But those would be two places like worth visiting because they have a bunch of big wood at them if you happen to be going to Oregon for whatever reason. People could keep that in mind, I guess. Although I don't know, I really doubt that any of them do shipping. So, you know. But the Manzanita Burlworks guy, he 100% ships for sure. I've ordered from him a bunch of times. I think I still have a bunch of wood from him, but maybe I'll call up and order a bunch of wood for the new space. For the new space. Caitlin, are you going to come over and help do some drywall? What's the deal? What's going on? Free labor? No?
I mean, you don't have any plants, so you don't even have any way to, like, do some side payment there.
That's true.
I work for plants.
True. And you work for plants? Oh, I do have lots of plants. They're over at Corey's house. I'd have to go get them.
Are they... Didn't he take all his tubs up?
Yes. This property's pretty big. I'll put it that way.
Oh, got it.
My stuff's still there. I had Brandon checked on it for me. He's like, "Yep, all your plants are still there. Don't worry about it." I'm like, "Okay."
Well, that's good. I
mean, worst case scenario, I have to buy more plants, but whatever. I can grow more. It's easy. Oh my God. Vicky shared a video with me of this guy. Now, here's a good asset on TikTok. There's a guy who, like, shows you how to process seeds. I don't know if you've ever seen this dude, but, like, he literally shows you how to hatch a cherry seed, for instance, right? You know, like, you have to get the meat off, the fruit off, then you have to, like, stick it in the fridge for a little bit, then you got to crack it, then you got to put it in a wet paper towel with cinnamon, you know, and then stick it back in the fridge, and then like a week later, the interior seed actually sprouts, and then you can plant that in the dirt, and then oh, look at you, you're just making a cherry tree, right? There's a guy that does that, and he posted a video, and Vicky sent it to me, and he was actually sprouting blueberries from just blueberries that he got from the store, making blueberry trees. I got to admit, I'm kind of obsessed, and I think I'm probably going to start that project here fairly soon. I'm just going to go buy a pack of blueberries and see how many blueberry trees I can sprout.
I didn't realize that you could make blueberry trees from just a blueberry.
Yeah, I mean, that's for the seeds in there. I in my head, I'm like, well, yeah, but also like, are you sure? But I don't know. I mean, he showed how to do it, and I'm like, those all seem like steps that, I'm not the brightest guy in the world. Those all seem like steps that I could pull off. So I think I'm gonna give it a shot because we don't have our blueberry trees didn't make it here to the new place, so we definitely need a lot of blueberry bushes. And I'm thinking if I sprout like 100 of them or something crazy like that, Vicky will be forced to like let me put lots of blueberry bushes everywhere. Does that make sense?
I mean, where else would you put them?
Right, because I'll be like, look, I've got all these sprouts. Now we have to plant them everywhere.
You put in all the effort.
I got a powerful lust for blueberry bushes. I don't know what my problem is. I want to own a blueberry farm someday, but so far financially we're like slowly sliding backwards right now. So the horizon for the blueberry farm is looking further away right now.
Well, I mean, maybe you could just, do a billion blueberry plants and then kind of make your dream come true and then graduate to a bigger farm with the proceeds.
I just start growing them on my roof and stuff, just any spare inch I got.
Yeah.
Just start everywhere. Blueberries everywhere. Oh my God, I got to tell you a story. Oh, I forgot. I should have filmed this, but it was far too traumatic. It was too traumatic in the moment, but I probably should have recorded it because it would have been an alarming video for people. So we've got new chickens. We've got new little chicks. And you guys are probably familiar with the little yellow peeps when they're little and tiny. That when they're yellow, that does not last for very long, just to let people know. When they're yellow, they're only yellow and little peep for a very short period of time, maybe a week, something like that. And then their feathers start coming in, and then they start looking like motley weirdos. The chicken has a really similar unfortunate like puberty adolescent stage, just like humans, right? Like gangly, weird 11-year-olds that are like falling over their feet and their teeth are weird still, and you know what I mean? Chickens have that same thing. They have that same like they go through this puberty. It's much more accelerated than ours is, but they go through this puberty phase where they're trying to get their feathers and they kind of falling over and kind of idiots, and then they become like little chickens. And once they become little chickens, they start to like, you can't keep them contained. It's very difficult to keep them contained. They start hopping up and out of things. So we have a little chicken thing where they're in there being little peeps, and they're doing that, and then they started growing. Well, on Saturday night, one of them got big enough to get up to the top and get out of there. And we are, both Vicky and I are agreed on the front that we don't use those sticky traps for rodents. We don't use those because they're pretty inhumane. Well, the pest control guy had left one sticky trap in the outbuilding that we have where the chickens are in. It's like a shed. It's like a fancy shed. It's like a fancy shed with power. Hi. What are you doing? No, she's lurking back there. And this chicken had gotten out, and it got onto that sticky trap.
I was going to come in and visit.
You coming in?
But not if you don't want me to come in.
You can come in. You're always welcome. I even showed you earlier on the stream. Our Halloween special from like 5 years ago when we dressed up like Zoolander. Or not Zoolander, Team Zissou.
Out, buddy.
Charlie, get out of here. You pee on the carpet. You're bad dog. Bad dog. Come on. Come on, bad dog.
I'm moving Rapunzel.
I don't know what Vicky's doing. She's coming to visit. I don't know. So, anyhow, this little chicken got out and was on the sticky trap, and Vicky was like, hey, can you go out there and, are you in the shot? That's the question. I don't know. Probably not. She's got a dog. Oh, I gotta move the, we're gonna make the,
Oh, I'm
No, you're fine. I gotta move the camera. Oh. There you go. Now you're in the shot. Oh, what happened? Biddy's barking.
What are you barking at?
Anyhow, so the chicken had gotten out and it was on that sticky trap, and Vicky was like, "Hey, can you go put the chickens to sleep tonight?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's cool." So I go out there and I hear this like way loud chicken noise coming from the little outbuilding. We call it the plump house, and I'm like, "That's not normal. I don't normally hear the chickens when I'm headed out there." And I'm like, "Oh no." So it was a little tiny chicken on a sticky rat trap, and so I had to do this like crazy surgery to get that chicken removed from the sticky trap. And it turns out you have to like douse them in vegetable oil to get them to release from the sticky trap. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with a chicken, but they're made out of feathers, basically, right? Their whole body is covered in feathers, which... I don't know if you've gotten a feather ever stuck to an extraordinarily sticky surface. Well, that's kind of what I was dealing with a little tiny living creature. Needless to say, this story has a happy ending. No one died. No one died in the extraction. Then I got the chicken off of there, and Vicky got up out of bed. Vicky was asleep. She got to get the dogs out of here. The dogs aren't trustworthy in this room for whatever reason.
Perfect.
There's weird vibes in this room, and it makes them feel like they want to pee in here. Anyhow, there's a happy ending to the story because the chicken was removed and was covered in oil, and so we had to wash the chicken. But Vicky got up out of bed like, "What is going on?" And comes out, and I'd already got the chicken off and like kind of wiped her down, but she was all greasy. So her name's Greasy now. But the chicken survived. It was insane. It was literally, I don't know. I've never had to do that before.
Hope to never do it again.
Yeah, to be honest, I hope I don't ever have to do that ever again. So that was a thing. And yeah. What's going on, babe? What are you doing? You visiting? Caitlin's on the line.
Oh.
Say hi to Caitlin.
Hello, Caitlin.
Biggie.
I just thought I'd pop in and say hi because I'm work from home and don't currently have any meetings this afternoon. So thought I'd pop in and say hi. And I heard Joel talking about our greasy chicken. So
How naked is the chicken now? Does it still have feathers?
yes.
Okay,
thanks to Joel's vegetable oil surgery with the sticky trap.
My fingers.
The chicken still has all its feathers. It cleaned up pretty good, and we were happy to see it made it through the night. It didn't get chilly and was able to stay warm. And yep, surprisingly, in keeping chickens, I didn't think that I would be washing chickens as frequently as we do. It's not a thing. That wasn't, I was like, oh yeah, chicken keepers wash their chickens. Nope. We do it a lot more than I thought that would happen.
Washing chicken butts?
Washing chicken butts. Got to keep their butts fluffy.
These dirty chicken butts.
Yeah. So.
All right. Well, that's what's going on.
Where's
on in my
Caitlin
neck of
from?
the woods.
Caitlin, where are you from?
Edmonds?
I am from Bothell, so not all that
Bothell.
far
So
from
you're
you guys.
local. Oh, nice. Nice. Hopefully you also are enjoying some of the afternoon sunshine.
Yeah, I'm on spring break this week. I work at a school, but I'm off, so I'm actually able to make it to a live stream this week. So I'll be going and hanging out in the sun probably a little bit later.
Nice.
Is the sun out?
It is. The sun is out.
It wasn't out earlier.
Yes.
Ah.
What else are you guys talking about on the live stream?
That was it. I was talking about Dave died. Where's my notes?
Oh.
Hold on. Where's my notes? Here's my notes.
Yeah.
Steven Scoglin's baby has arrived.
Woohoo! Congratulations.
We talked about the guy leaving a comment on the 11-year-old video that the audio was no good.
Oh yeah. It was
You got a time machine, bro? No?
We'll get right on that.
You got a time machine. Go fix it. Insulation we're coming along on insulation. The wiring is going good. We got the RV outlets are done. The mini split disconnect is in. Well, you're the one talking. I'm just trying to tell you what we were talking about today. So,
okay.
Getting the tanks ready and getting the templates for the covers. We're gonna skin the stands. Getting that's going on.
Those pretty metal stands?
Yeah, we're still gonna wrap them.
Oh. Okay.
For fancy.
I'll believe it when I see it.
For the fanciness. For the fanciness.
For the fanciness.
Imagine how fancy you are.
So fancy.
And then double it. Competing with the network, completing the networking. I think people will probably want to see a video about that, like how I'm going to network the room, aka the internet.
Oh. Okay.
What?
For some strange reason, I went to like all the Cat 5 and other stuff that runs through the entire house.
That's coax. We have coax running all around.
Coax and
Cat
I thought
4.
Oh, is it Cat 4?
Yeah, it's old.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll have to remove it at some point, but yeah.
Might be useful to run some of that somewhere. No.
Landline calls.
No, running Google Pods.
The Cat 4, no. It's phone.
Well, I know that
phone line.
Yes, I understand
what
that
are you
it's
talking about?
currently Cat 4. I am saying it might be useful to update it
Yeah,
at
we have
some
to
point.
update it.
Yes.
We do. Yes.
That's what I'm saying. But because the internet isn't great in the guest room. But
Mickham says you're too quiet. You gotta get closer.
Oh.
To the mic.
How's that?
I have it tuned down so that like background noise is minimized.
Oh, you mean like all my popping of popcorn and my other shenanigans in the house?
What popcorn were you eating?
Regular popcorn. We don't have any
What's
kettle
regular?
corn.
We don't have kettle. I'm disappointed.
I'm pretty sure that you don't care about any other kind of popcorn besides kettle corn.
True facts.
I'm sure Olivia would agree with you. But they don't carry. We have a big Costco-sized box of theater popcorn.
Oh, kettle corn.
Yes.
And then we were talking about all the dead people, like Dave.
Ugh.
I posted the picture. Look at the picture I'm showing them.
Let me see.
This is a funny picture because. Wait, where did it go? Oh, let's pull it up again. Image file. So this is a funny picture because people won't.
Oh.
Most people won't.
Did you get more
realize-
baby pictures from the Scoglins and I didn't get to see them?
So people don't realize
Mm-hmm.
who's in that picture. That's Dave.
Mm-hmm.
Who's that?
That's let's see, Jerry, right?
That?
Oh no, that's
Aquaman.
Aquaman, Jason Momoa. That's him with his dreads.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'm like back here. This is I know everyone in this picture. That's Shannon. Yeah. Yeah, I was showing him this one, and because I posted it on the Discord, and like no one even noticed that Aquaman was in it. I was like, "Come on now, it's Aquaman."
It's one of those before he was famous photos.
He was famous though.
Oh, was he
Was
famous
in
in?
Stargate? Yeah.
Oh.
That's when he was in Stargate SG-1
Ah.
with MacGyver, featuring MacGyver.
What? The MacGyver?
Yeah, MacGyver was on Stargate.
I loved that show when I was a kid. I wanted to be a girl MacGyver.
Stargate SG-1. This guy. This guy. MacGyver.
Oh yeah.
Stargate SG-1. Oh, it's Mo. Yeah, he was where was it? Yeah, he was like this. He had like dreadlocks and stuff. He had long hair. He's the alien man.
Alien man.
Or another planet man. Yeah. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. We're
Nobody
kinda
has any
winding down.
cool questions for me?
Does anyone have any cool questions for you? We can start a marketing campaign where rooftop blueberries are superior to normal blueberries, and you can sell them for twice as many.
I like it. Done.
They can't hear me. You can hear me.
Oh. Rooftop blueberries?
Yeah, rooftop
I like it.
blueberries.
I like it. Let's do it.
Rooftop blueberries?
Rooftop blueberries.
Yeah,
does this include, well, I guess it couldn't include rooftop goats because they would just eat your blueberries.
Yeah.
That's why you got to keep the goats on the ground and the blueberries up top, so then the goats can't eat the blueberries.
That's true, but for some strange reason, I feel like that would be a challenge, considering goats are just full of shenanigans. But
yeah, you can't trust
They'd
them.
probably get out just as easy as the little chick did.
Right.
We don't have enough space, I don't think, for goats.
I don't think we have enough space for goats. They need room to like frolic and run around, and they need obstacles and toys and pajamas and stuff.
You could get your goats.
You could tell them about the goat. Just don't say where Corey's house is, by the way. But there's a goat on the way to Corey's house.
Yeah, there is a goat on the way to Corey's house that gets up on the roof.
Yeah, I actually got to show you the goat. He's little.
Yeah. My parents, he's the little guy. He's like a pygmy.
He's a little black goat. Yeah.
Like a little pygmy goat. My parents had pygmy goats. And man, those things are they're so mischievous. And you can't have just one goat because that's not good for them. You got to have more than one.
They need homies.
So they need homies.
Mickham asked, what's your favorite thing about living in the new house?
Oh, that's a good question. Favorite thing about living in the new house? Well, as of late, it's got to be like our neighborhood. Like our neighbors are super cool.
Oh, you want to tell them about the neighborhood association?
Yeah. Well, it's not an HOA, but
It's not an HOA, but
so we had a meeting. Our neighbor organized a neighborhood meeting where a bunch of folks came together to talk about like how to make our neighborhood better. And like a lot of people, like we didn't know there's a neighbor that does an annual barbecue. And I don't know, people just had some great ideas about things. I'm excited about it. Like in my job that I do, I've gotten an opportunity to work with like a lot of nonprofit organizations and see what they do to help out their neighborhoods and the people that live in it, and just seeing people doing some really amazing things. And I think, I don't know if anybody else shares this point of view, but I think in the news sometimes you get like this, you can get jaded about how people treat each other, and I think, I don't know, this is really cool because I have an opportunity to like share what I've seen other organizations doing. And like when we lived in West Seattle, there was that volunteer organization that would go out and help seniors like clean up their yard, or like senior and disabled people like clean up their yard and do small home repairs and stuff to keep their property nice. And when we lived in Tacoma, there was like the food is free tables. So like in our Buy Nothing group, like so many people giving away things that they're not using anymore that other people can use, and like kids' clothes, toys, food. I mean, you name it, building materials, you name it, plants. And it was a really cool experience because it was just like neighbors helping neighbors. And, they had like a neighborhood toolbox where people could, borrow the toolbox and, all of that kind of stuff. And it's just, it's really cool just to see people come together in a community that, just to help each other out, and not like, just like your local community. So, and you get to know the people in the neighborhood and stuff. And it's just super cool. I was sad about moving away from like that. Like I had finally discovered that that community within our neighborhood in Tacoma, and I was kind of sad to move away from it because they were super active and people could jump on there and ask if somebody had this, that, or the other thing, and people really did come together, like parents running other parents, like children's Tylenol and stuff like that when they're home with a sick kid, and like just cool stuff going on. So I don't know. I'm particularly excited about how cool our neighbors are here. So, long story, long.
You're only happy that we have cool neighbors.
Well, I mean, no. I mean, I'm not only happy about that. I'm happy it's a Rambler. I love the yard. I don't know. What do you want me to say?
What do I want you to say? I don't want you to say anything you don't want to say. No. Yeah, that's cool. All right. Well, it's 3 o'clock, guys. You know what that means.
It's 3 o'clock, you fools. You know what that means. Caitlin?
Yes.
Number 1 caller of the week. Thanks for calling in.
Yeah. Thank you for opening the green room.
Well, yeah, for sure. Thanks for calling in. And Vicky, thanks for visiting. And congratulations to the Scoglins once again. The beautiful baby. Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman, Part 2, Electric Boogaloo. This time it's a Scogland. Big shout out to the Fish Tank Barn for gifting, where did our five memberships. And Will M. and Joel G. for your member chats. Better late than never, and golf. I don't know why Joel G said golf, but that's where we're at now. You know, we're just saying one word membership chat comments now. All right. Well, Joel G, actually, I found out that our postcard didn't make it to New Zealand. We sent a family postcard to Joel G, and they sent it to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, instead of New Zealand.
Somebody just arbitrarily decided we were sending to the United States.
Yeah, I don't understand. Here's the international shipping, and they were like, well, we'll send it to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania instead. And they just came back to us in a letter envelope. So there's that. But either way, we tried to send you a postcard, and we'll try again in the future. Yeah. So that's all the stuff. And then we push the button over here.